Welcome back, my Duelist friends. Casual Duelist. Happy Thursday. Almost the end of the week. And I got something that I think you guys are going to enjoy. So first, I wanted to try to re-envision Lair of Darkness because this card is like super useful. And honestly, I wanted to try to infuse it with the Atlantean dragon Critias. Because again, we can tribute dark monsters if our opponent controls them. We're going to make all monsters dark. So anytime we need to tribute a card for activation, we can just go ahead and borrow our resources from the opponent's side. So that was kind of like the whole theming going into this. And again, plus my teammate George, he's absolutely going to enjoy this. He loves Fang of Critias. He's also a big Kaiba fan, and he loves the Lair of Darkness. So without any further ado, let's get you guys this deck list. And let's start it off with Arima, the Wicked Warden. So we're going to need 3 copies of him. First and foremost, he pitches, just like Polymerization, to give us our Lair of Darkness from deck to hand. Then as a monster, we contribute a dark monster that he's somewhere on the field. Again, this depends on if Lair is already active. If we tribute a dark monster, we can draw a card. Or if it wasn't Warden, then we can add a dark monster that has defense of 2k+. And the way that we're playing this, there's only one target. And the target today is going to be the Duke Shade. So we're going to run 3 copies of Duke Shade. And again, this is going to take the slot that normally gets fitted with Kaiju cards for me. And the reason is, when we summon this, we contribute any number of dark monsters to special summon this card from the hand. And if we do, gain 500 for every monster tributed. Now, if I want to do the bare minimum, since I have to tribute a dark monster, and I'm allowed to tribute monsters that are dark from the opponent's side while I have the field spell, I'm going to tribute a single card for this, for a special virus, to make sure that he sticks within the 1,000 point limit. But again, I don't have to give the opponent a card. I can place this card in defense mode if I want to. There's 100 different reasons why you should play this. And one of the things is we did add the Utopia engine to the extra deck. And it's not that this deck really requires it. It's just, for me, I always want to play Utopia. He's one of my favorite cards. And any deck that can utilize it and can get that extra little power up with a 1-strike should probably give itself the best chance possible. And again, being a 4 that can board himself while taking away an opponent's resource, it could work out. It could choose not to work out so well. So we'll let that happen. We'll see what goes on. As far as the next card, we're going to be using 3 copies. Lilith, the Lady of Lament. And again, this is because we need some trap cards. Again, this is Lair of Darkness. It's not Lair of Darkness if you're not running traps. When this card is normal summoned, its original attack becomes 1,000. And as a quick effect, you contribute 1 dark monster to reveal 3 normal traps from your deck. The opponent randomly chooses 1 for you to set on the field, and the rest get shuffled back into your deck. Use this effect only once per turn. Reread it. Quick effect means we can do this during the opponent's turn. We contribute a dark monster, and again, if a Lair of Darkness is on the field, our opponent's monsters are dark. So we can do that to reveal 3 normal traps from the deck. Reveal means the opponent does get to see them, but they have to choose at random. So this would be kind of the opposite of what I did with the last deck, where I said with the Malefic World, you can choose 3 of the same because you don't have to reveal. In this case, you might switch it up and leave them guessing. And I would always try to choose, if it was up to me, cards that are considered live at all times. It just puts more pressure on the opponent and fits your strategy a little bit better. Again, she's going to drop down to 1,000, which does make her perfect for the crush card once she's already boarded. Next up, a staple anytime I'm playing Utopia, it's going to be 3 copies of Summoner Monk. You guys know that when he's boarded, he's going to go ahead and fall to defense mode. He is stronger in defense. His attack does allow him to be used for the crush card. Additionally, once per turn, we can discard a spell card. We're going to have plenty to special summon a level 4 from the deck. It cannot attack this turn, but again, most of the time we're doing this, we're going for Utopia. And then the last monster that we're going to utilize today is going to be Tour Guide, using my dual overload alternate arts over the original arts today. And when this is normal summon, you can special summon a level 3 fiend from the hand or deck effects negated and it cannot be used for synchro. Now, that's fine. We didn't exactly include links, but links would be an option here. This is a good way to set up if you already had Crush and Deck Devi. We could get Lilith out at the 2K for the Deck Devastation, and we could use the Tour Guide for the Crush card, absolutely devastating all monsters in a 1-2 combo. So again, it's kind of cool, it's kind of fun, and if you guys don't play the Critias route, or play the Utopia route, again, you could build into some link plays here. So just enjoy this. Since it isn't taking up too much of the table, let's go for the spells real quick. Another one that you guys know for sure is 3 copies Allure of Darkness. Again, Allure of Darkness doing a big job. Draw 2, drop the hand if you can't banish a dark. Every monster in the main build is dark, so no worries. Next up, the single copy of Double or Nothing. And again, you guys know how this one works. This is going to push the deck to 41 cards. 3 copies Lair of Darkness. Again, we need this field spell. The field spell is going to do so many good things. All face-up monsters on the field become dark. Once per turn, if you attribute a monster that you control to activate a card effect, you contribute a dark monster the opponent controls even though you do not control it. Effect 3, once per turn during the end phase. Special summon as many Torment tokens. Fiend Dark level 3, 1000 by 1000, as possible to the turn player's field in defense position up to the numbers of monsters attributed this turn while this card was face up. And just as a quick treat to all of those that are like me, and maybe you guys keep like a little box of the actual token cards, the Torment tokens were released with the structure deck. They do look like this, and it actually has all the basic information. So rather than using one of the ones that says this could be used as any type of token, even though this one does say that as well, if you guys wanted to keep it as close to like original or authentic, these are actually pretty cheap. So go ahead and maybe get yourself some of those. We'll toss him over there. Continuing on, since we have turned everything to dark, we are going to use Super Polymerization. You guys already know Starving Venom Fusion Dragon is going to be part of the extra deck because of this. Again, discard a card, fusion summon a monster from the extra deck using materials from both sides of the field. Neither player can activate cards or effects to respond to this card's activation. So again, pretty strong, pretty powerful. Terraforming, it's a good one of, helps us get into our field spell without sacking Arima. However, there are turns where you're just going to do that anyway. 3 copies, the Fang of Critias. And guys, this is like one of the big powerhouse deals here. This is really why we came here today, was to blend this spell into this deck to get some ridiculously cool fusion dragons. So, this is always treated as the legendary Dragon Critias. Send 1 trap card from the hand or field to the discard pile, listed on a fusion monster that can only be special summoned through the Fang of Critias. If the card is set, reveal it first, referring to the trap card that you are using for the material. Then special summon that fusion monster from the extra deck. You may only activate 1 copy of Fang of Critias per turn. And again, we're probably only getting 1 per duel, just because of how well the deck actually works. Now that is all the monsters and the spells. I do have 12 trap cards to round this up to 41 cards. So if you'd like to, now would be the moment to maybe take the notes and or the screenshot. Try to get a little bit of every card available there for you guys. Do that. I'll clean up the table. I'll be right back with the traps. Then we'll get into the extra deck. So just one moment. All right, now that we got that cleared up, let's get those traps. So obviously we've got to use the Crush card, Virus card. We do want to play Doom Virus Dragon. And additionally, this has been sort of errated since maybe the last time you guys have played this. So the way this works now is we still tribute a monster, dark, 1,000 points or less. The opponent takes no damage until the end of the next turn. Also, we get to look at their hand and all monsters they control, destroy all of that are 1,500 or more. Then our opponent can destroy up to 3 monsters with 1,500 or more attack in their deck. So it no longer looks at their cards for the next 3 turns. Just is what it is, guys. Still super powerful. Doesn't exactly hit hand traps, but it will take out a good bulk of other cards. Next up, I want to use 3 copies of the Deck Devastation Virus. And why I want to use this one is, again, when our opponent gets into a big play, again, if our layer is already active, we're going to use their monster. We're going to borrow it. So again, as long as it's dark and 2K or more, we get to do the same effect. And additionally, all cards they draw until the third turn after activation, and destroy any and all monsters with 1500 or less attack. Deck Devastation Virus will allow us to destroy all of our opponents' hand traps, as well as a lot of the starter for combo monsters. Deck Devastation, definitely, I think, the more powerful of the two. Crush card in more or less because we want to play the Doom Virus Dragon. Up next, a little slice from the past, Mirror Force. I think you guys all know this one. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, destroy all attack position monsters they control. Again, we are going to play the Mirror Force Dragon because of this. And then last but not least, the Ring of Destruction. Now, unfortunately, none of mine are up to date. So what I've done is I've gone online to get the 5th errata, which is what we're currently on. So now this is a activate only during the opponent's turn. Target a face-up monster that they control whose attack is less than or equal to their life points. Destroy that face-up monster. Then we take damage first based on its original attack. And after we take the damage, then we get to inflict the damage to our opponent. We can only activate one of these per turn. The changes were made because a lot of players were using this as sort of a self-destruct button. I'm going to force a tie rather than a game win or loss situation. And again, what we're trying to do is determine who's going to lose by zeroing out first. And again, the restrictions are fine, they're fair, but I'm playing it because I want to play the Destruction Dragon, so I'm probably not actually going to activate it too often. Is what it is. Go ahead, take the quick notes or the snapshot of the screen, and we'll be right back with the extra deck. All right, now that we got that cleared up, let's start with it. And luckily, even going in alphabetical, all my Critias dragons come up first. We are going to be running 2 ofs. So the first one we're going to run is we're going to run 2 copies, Destruction Dragon. So again, special summon with Fang of Critias using Ring of Destruction. Once per turn, target a card the opponent controls, destroy it. Again, this could be spell, trap, or monster. Then if it was a monster card, inflict damage to the opponent equal to its original attack. Again, we can put this guy in defense mode. He's 2k by 3k. He is brilliant. So again, love it. Next up will be the Doom Virus Dragon. Now, Doom Virus Dragon is going to activate like the Crush card you guys remember. This one's going to be 19 by 15. Special summon with Fang of Critias using the Crush card Virus. If special summoned, look at your opponent's hand, all monsters they control, and all cards they draw until the third turn after this card's effect activation. Destroy cards with 1500 or more attack. So all we did was we traded for a more fair version of the Crush card in order to give us a Doom Virus Dragon that's going to operate like the original. Then you're going to have one of my favorites, the Mirror Force Dragon. And again, 2 of Mirror Force plus Fang. When a monster or monsters I control become targeted for an attack or an opponent's card effect, except during the damage step, I can destroy all cards my opponent controls. So guys, don't target my stuff, and we won't have to wipe your board. Very fun. Additionally, you are going to want to run the full flight of the Starving Venom Fusion Dragons. I'm running the alternate art because I think it's looking quite snazzy. It is going to be any 2 dark monsters on the field except for tokens. So again, if our opponent got some tokens, just don't target those. You'll be fine. Use the Crush card, Virus card on them. What you're going to do here, if this is fusion summoned, you can make this gain attack equal to another one of the opponent's monsters that is special summoned. It'll gain that until the end of the turn. Once per turn, target a level 5 or higher that they control. Till the end of this turn, this card's name becomes that card's original name, replacing its effect with that other monster's original effects. If this card is fusion summoned and is destroyed, then we get to destroy all our opponent's special summon monster cards. So again, just loaded full of effects, chock full of goodness, and things that we're going to do. Now, going into the Xyz, and again, you guys don't got to run Xyz. You guys could run a bunch of links. I'm running the Utopia package. So outside of that, I need 1 copy Exciton Knight. This just helps me maintain control and board position. Outside of that, it's going to be 239 Utopias, one 39 double, one S39 prime, and one S39 lightning. Again, if we wanted to go with links, quick substitutes, I would always run IP, IP Masquerena, grab Phoenix and Unicorn, possibly Boral Sword, and then make the last one Underworld Goddess. Again, I understand that's actually way pricier than just running the Utopia stuff, but it's my other go-to build. So, guys, how did I do? Did we do a good job of playing the Atlantean virus Critias dragon fusions? Did we? Also, I hope that you guys enjoy this, and yeah, maybe do some of the things today. Like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, or simply just go out and have a great day, my friends. Outside of that, I hope to see you guys this weekend. I'm going to take tomorrow off as well, and see you guys on Saturday. Later.